2 weeks ago, we shared the story of Don Jarvis. His video showed him getting an invasive pat-down by a TSA agent, and that went viral on TikTok. Jarvis is deaf. He has a cochlear implant, which means he's unable to go through a TSA scanner.
His experience while traveling home to Australia from San Francisco is not as unique as you might think. KRON 4's Rob Nesbitt talked to members of a local advocacy group. He joins us live in the newsroom with more. Rob?
I went to the Felton Institute today in Alameda. They advocate for and provide mental health services for people in the deaf and hard of hearing community. A lot of shaking heads at Felton when staff watched the video for themselves. Uncomfortable to watch and uncomfortable to live through for Dan Jarvis, the deaf man having a TSA agent feel his genital area nearly 5 times at SFO. I showed the viral video on TikTok to President and CEO of the Felton Institute, Al Gilbert.
Not only is it totally unjustified, but it is ridiculous.
Cochlear implants can be damaged passing through a TSA scanner, which is the reason for pat-downs from agents. But Gilbert says there's no reason for something like this, confused as to why a metal detector wand wasn't used on Jarvis instead.
That is what the wand is for, because everybody else just gets that. So you don't pat them down in the crotch area. If you can wave the wand and there's nothing there, then you don't do that.
Gilbert has heard about other invasive TSA pat-downs before, and much worse. From children living with disabilities to those living in a wheelchair being lifted up. When it comes to advocating for the deaf community, the Felton Institute has their deaf community counseling services. The program's director, Selah Davison, also has cochlear implants.
It reminds you that you're not equal to them. And it's difficult to live with that reminder constantly. And it would be nice if we feel inclusive.
Davison works every day for her community, but says it's important for those who are deaf or hard of hearing to know their rights and advocate for themselves when passing through TSA, especially when videos like this make their rounds on social media.
That kind of situation, it would be helpful to get a TSA supervisor to be there, and he has the right to ask for private training. So when he's private, he can explain more.
Davison says no one should be made to feel uncomfortable, and that's why she wants to see more TSA agents educated on cochlear implants and what it's like for someone who uses them. KRON 4 reached out to TSA on this pat-down. When the video originally surfaced this month, the agency chose not to comment, but did share details about pat-downs listed on its website, which reads in part, quote, "A pat-down may include inspection of the head, neck, arms, torso, legs, and feet. This includes head coverings in sensitive areas such as breasts, groin, and the buttocks. Pat-downs require sufficient pressure to ensure detection, and areas may undergo a pat-down more than once for the TSA officer to confirm no threat items are detected." Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Rob Nesbitt, KRON 4 News.